back over here on PT and call that. You won't need the thing on. Football start at 8-minute quarters. There we go. Very well. Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Northwest Grizzly basketball, which will start in about 3 minutes. Okay, now go to video clips and remove that. We're not using that yet. Add the clip, and I want you to add that one there. Okay, and we'll don't do anything. We're gonna wait a couple minutes and then play it. I'm going to have about 6 minutes to go. When it's done, probably in a minute or so. And then once it starts, this is an 11-minute long clip. It has a couple of commercials, my interview with Coach Myers, and then on the backside it has another commercial and the opening credits. You just did. Well, if anybody trips over it now, they're on their own. So, I'll just tell you here.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Happy Friday to you. And Friday means it's Friday night basketball. We are at Northwest, where the Grizzlies will welcome in and entertain our guests from a mile down the road, the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll High School, in a Greater Wichita Athletic League doubleheader. Girls will play first at the top of the hour, and we're joined, as we always are, by head coach Marcus Myers to talk about the upcoming girls contest. And Coach, let me start by saying happy Friday to you.
Hey Kevin, how you doing? Happy Friday.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about a disappointing result against East High on Tuesday, a game that the girls led almost to the very end. They led at the end of each of the first three quarters and led with 3 minutes to go and just couldn't finish it off.
Yes, Kevin, it was very disappointing. Our girls deserved that game.
They did indeed. If you look at the stats and you look at the way we played, what else could we have done? We did everything we needed to do to win the game except win the game in the fourth quarter. And East took it to us in the fourth quarter, and we ended up dropping a 57-54 decision to the Blue Aces. And all credit to East High for coming back, but I know it was disappointing for our girls.
Yes, we just need to continue gaining experience, be a little more aggressive when they apply that man press, something that we're working on. And it's me. I have to apply pressure more in practice, and they need to see that man press.
Now, you've had a couple of practices since the game on Tuesday. What's the atmosphere like in the gym during practice now?
It's great. We're all ready. We got over the loss on Tuesday. Tonight should be another good one.
Okay. Last night you had a team dinner after practice. I assume you did that in the Commons.
Yes.
And yeah, how are those set up for the girls' squad?
Team dinners. This is my chance to get the parents involved, meet them, talk to them, and get the girls just relax a little and know each other. As last night, everyone's running around and chasing each other, eating cookies, and that's what I mean. That's just the family environment that is needed.
And it's a great chemistry building. Those are great chemistry building events, is what I'm trying to say. And with a team full of freshmen, half your team is freshman girls. You don't have any seniors, so building chemistry, you're building it from the ground up now.
Absolutely. We're headed in the right direction. We got a long way to go, though. Long ways.
Okay. I'm going to give some kudos, if I can, to three of the ladies from the Tuesday night game who basically carried the team on the scoreboard. Viviana Wall, a freshman. I had her for 14 points and a gazillion rebounds. I don't have my rebound number in front of me, but it seemed like every time there was a defensive board, she was under it, and she was there to get it. Great job by her coming in off the bench. And Kamira Barber, I have her for 17 points, which I believe was a season high for her. And then Innocent Robinson right behind with 15. So those three were a great tandem in the game on Tuesday. And I know you'll need that again here coming up tonight.
Yes, I'm proud of all three ladies. And on that note, rebounding, two of the Kamira and Vivi, they both had a double-double.
Oh, good for them.
Kamira had a 12 rebound game and Vivi had 10. But also on Innocence, the way her style of play, and she's leading this team, and her tempo and getting everyone set is a big accomplishment for her. If anyone saw us last year, her turnovers are down. So all three, I'm proud of that.
And we're certainly going to need it tonight. You're welcoming in the number 3 ranked team in 5A in Bishop Carroll. And I know, our girls are very aware that they've got a formidable opponent tonight. And does that change the approach for the girls in practice or in game strategy, knowing that they're playing a team that has so far this year been so successful?
I would say intensity probably went up. Focus. I mean, you have to play flawless. I mean, we're like that every day, but just pay attention to detail. You have to. We try to not tweak the concepts on defense and offense, but you have to against them. As in, you just have to be focused when it comes to Carroll.
Okay. Well, like I said, you've got a big challenge tonight, but anybody is beatable on any given night. And I know that our girls will give 100%, which they've done every single game. And that's a credit to the team and to the coaching staff as well.
Awesome.
Any injuries to report before tonight's contest, or is everybody available?
No, sir. Everyone's good. We're all ready to go.
All righty. Best of luck to you tonight against Bishop Carroll, and we'll look forward to a visit with you before our game on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
All right. Head coach Marcus Myers on our pregame visit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 90-second timeout, folks, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's game against the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. high school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Welcome to another season of basketball, Grizzlies style, as Northwest pursues a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on their YouTube page with links available at NWHS Grizz. Grizzlies basketball is sponsored this year in part by Mel Hamilton Ford at the big corner of 119th West and Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. And by Andrews Cleaning Service, with programs for residential, commercial, or special cleaning projects. Check them out at wichitacleaningservice.com. And by Keystone Solid Services, providing quality granite countertop products for your home. Check them out at KeystoneSolidServices.com. And by Todd Eflin Narrates, voice acting for just about anything with words, commercials, training videos, audiobook, and telephone services. Find me at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com. And now, let's go courtside for today's contest. And your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Eflin, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wichita Northwest High School, where tonight the Grizzlies will entertain our neighbors from down the street, the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll High School, in a Greater Wichita Athletic League doubleheader. We will start, as always, with the girls' contest. You heard Coach Myers talking about the ladies from Bishop Carroll a few moments ago, and they're going to be a formidable opponent. There's no question about it. Bishop Carroll comes into this contest undefeated, 5-0 overall, 1-0 in City League play. And that actually is not correct. They are 4-0 in City League play, excuse me. And they have one non-conference game that was against Life Prep. Perfect. That was against Life Prep. And they won that game as well. So they're 5-0 coming in. They've got some experience. They're ranked number 3 in the state in 5A overall. So they're going to be a formidable opponent tonight, and we're always glad to have our friends from Bishop Carroll either here in the building or on the air with us on NWHS Grizz. And if you are watching this from the Bishop Carroll community, we want to welcome you to our game here tonight.
Girls will play first, followed by the boys, the usual standard procedure. We're expecting a big crowd here tonight from both schools. Bishop Carroll, being only a mile away, will no doubt draw well on a Friday night. A beautiful evening here in Wichita. The high today in Wichita was 51. Nice weather. Tomorrow is not supposed to be so nice, as Mother Nature's going to send a cold front through overnight. Going to be cold tomorrow, but then again, turn right around and be warm again on Sunday. And this is the Indian summer that we're so used to here in January. After tonight, the Grizzlies will take to the road. They will travel to West High on Tuesday and take on the Pioneers in a City League doubleheader. And we do plan to bring you both games live from West High, beginning, as always, with the pregame show at 5:40 p.m. on Tuesday. We're about 2 minutes away from the national anthem and the introduction of the starters for the girls' contest. I'm doing a great job of stalling. We want to welcome aboard our, oh, can I have that? Great. We just had a roster change for Bishop Carroll. 3, 5, pardon me folks while I update. Okay, and 25 is Hartwell. Okay. Your executive producer tonight is Jonathan Scheu, and our producer engineer, Eli Taylor, and on camera tonight, Ace Moore. Reminding you this is a student-driven production here at Northwest. All of our webcasts are produced in conjunction with the audiovisual program under the leadership of Mr. Shane Monroe, and as such, this is an extension of his classroom. These kids are here to learn, and 2 of our 3 people here tonight are rookies, so bear with us tonight. They're going to learn something. Let's introduce the players. We'll start with Bishop Carroll, a 5'8" junior guard, number 3, Ellie McKellips. For Northwest, a 5'1" junior guard, number 1, Kenzie Edwards. For Bishop Carroll, number 5, Landon Forbes is a 5'7" point guard. She is a senior. For Northwest, number 21 is Aaliyah Richard, a 5'2" sophomore guard. For Bishop Carroll, number 14, a 5'7" sophomore guard, Leah Hankey. For Northwest, number 22, 5'8" sophomore guard, Kamira Barber. For Bishop Carroll, Bryn Stephen is a 5'8" junior guard wearing number 22. And for Northwest, Innocent Robinson, number 23, 5'5" junior guard. And finally for Bishop Carroll, number 12, Lainey Winfrey. Lainey is a 5'11" sophomore forward. And for Northwest, Sasha Reed, number 24, a 5'9" junior forward. That's the starting lineups for both teams. Head coach for Bishop Carroll is Taylor Dugan. She's assisted by Kyrie Kinder and Casey Lager. For Northwest, the head coach, Marcus Myers, assisted by Brian Bernard and Christina Commons. Grizzlies, the home team, they're in their white uniforms with dark numerals, dark trim. And Bishop Carroll will be sporting their gold uniforms with green numerals and green trim. Northwest will play from left to right here in the first half. Awaiting the starting lineup for Carroll to come onto the floor. And it'll be Kamira Barber tipping it for Northwest against Lainey Winfrey of Bishop Carroll. There's the opening whistle, and we are underway. Carroll wins the opening toss, brings it up the floor. Leah Hankey with it into the corner. Now it goes back out, and there's an over and back call coming as the ball was thrown away. and it will be Northwest ball at midcourt. Just underway here, first quarter, no score. Grizzlies and the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll High School. Barber has it for Northwest. Over to Robinson, now back to Richard, top of the key, over to Robinson, far side. 2-3 zone being set up by Bishop Carroll. Kenzie Edwards to Barber, and back over to Richard. Sasha Reed, the fifth player I haven't mentioned, that's your starting five on the floor for Northwest. Over to Richard. Richard thinks about it, puts it in the corner. Back to Richard. They're taking their time, very deliberate, and there's a steal by the Golden Eagles. Dish off, and it's Leah Hankey with the first points of the game for Bishop Carroll. Kamira Barber sends it over to Richard. Richard into the paint for Sasha Reed, too short, taken away by Winfrey. Here comes Carroll back. Hankey under the basket, off the glass, no good, but I believe she was fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot two. And the foul is on Innocent Robinson. First team foul in the game for either team. First free throw is good from Hankey. And she has all three of Bishop Carroll's points here in the early going. One more coming. And she makes them both. 4-0, Grizzlies trail. They cannot afford to get too far in the hole here against this good team. Innocent Robinson puts it up. It doesn't go. Rebounded there by Bishop Carroll. Bringing it down is Landon Forbes, who got the rebound. Over in the corner. Three-point attempt. In and out. No good. Rebounded by... Didn't see who rebounded. Now there's a long three attempt by Hankey. Hankey has all 7 of Bishop Carroll's points. We missed a substitute. We'll tell you that Viviana Wall has come into the game for Northwest. She came in at the last stoppage of play. Robinson off the glass, off the rim, doesn't go. Reed gets the rebound. Kamira Barber into the paint, underneath the Reed, off the glass, count it, and the Grizzlies are on the scoreboard. Sasha Reed gets her first points of the night. Good to see her scoring early because she struggled in that department against East on Tuesday. Here's a 15-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound by Robinson. Innocent Robinson will bring it across the timeline. 5:45 to go, first quarter. Grizzlies trail 7-2. Reed has it, back to Robinson for three. A long one, good! Innocent Robinson gets it narrowed to 2 points. Carroll brings it back down the floor. Forbes gives it to Winfrey. Winfrey from 7 feet, doesn't go. Viviana Wall on the rebound, gives it to Innocent Robinson, and here come the Grizzlies back. Grizzlies in white, Carroll in yellow. Robinson looking at a 2-1-2 zone and coughs it up to Landon Forbes. Forbes sends it to Hankey. Hankey lays it in, and Hankey has all 9 of Bishop Carroll's points. And we have a timeout taken. Full timeout being taken. We're going to take it with them. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly basketball. underway here at Northwest. Grizzlies trail 9-5. Kenzie Edwards with the ball. Sends it up to Sasha Reed. Sasha Reed back over to Kamira Barber off the glass and count it. And we're only 2 down again. 9-7. Grizzlies trail. They've come back after being down 7-0. All because of Leah Hankey, who has all 9 of Bishop Carroll's points. Winfrey with it underneath, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound 2. It's going to go out of play and turn it over to Northwest. Kamira Barber will inbound for the Grizzlies. Over to Innocent Robinson. Robinson brings it up the floor. Across the timeline. 4:12 to go, first quarter. Robinson to Barber. Barber has Landon Forbes defending her. Gives it back now to Edwards. Edwards has it stolen by Forbes, and then Edwards makes a frustration foul. Second foul on Northwest. Ball will be inbounded by McKellips, and here comes Bishop Carroll again. Forbes dishes it off to Hankey, back to Forbes, far side. Winfrey back out to Hankey for 3, nothing but net. Hankey has 12 points in the first quarter. There's a long pass to Robinson. She almost thrown away. We're lucky to get that one back. Now she's got in trouble, had to cough it up. Hankey gets it for Bishop Carroll, and finally someone else scores. Bryn Stephen gets the basket for the Eagles. 14-7. Grizzlies down by a touchdown. There's a shot rebounded by Wall. She couldn't control it, and Hankey will dish it off, and a nice assist by Hankey to Landon Forbes for the field goal, and there's going to be another timeout taken. This will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Down by 9. It will be Grizzly basketball. Possession arrow also favors Northwest. Aaliyah Richard takes the inbound pass and tries to send it forward. Threw that one away. I think that was intended for Viviana Wall. I'm not sure. But in any case, there was nobody there. And Bishop Carroll will bring it back. Landon Forbes will bring it down. Gives it to McCory. McCory back to Forbes on the far side, and there's another easy lay-in for Bishop Carroll. This time it's Lily Martin getting on the scoreboard. Now Landon Forbes gets a steal. She goes up, and she's fouled by Kamira Barber. That'll be Barber's first, third team foul on Northwest. And in the early going, this is not going very well for the Grizzlies. First free throw was good. One more free throw coming for Landon Forbes. And she missed the second one, rebounded by Richard. Richard gives it to Barber. Barber brings it across the timeline, double teamed against her. She dishes it off to Richard, good job. Edwards to Reed, back to Barber for 3. That's going to miss wide left and missed everything actually. And it will turn over to Bishop Carroll as the ball went out of play. 2:20 to go, first quarter, 19-7, Grizzlies trail. Hope you're enjoying the contest wherever you are on planet Earth. We're glad to have you. Underneath, ball put up by Littlejohn, misses, rebounded by Viviana Wall, and here comes Northwest back. Barber with it. Forbes in front of her. Gives it to Viviana Wall. Thought about a three, put it back down. Now gives it back to Barber. Barber closely marked there by two Bishop Carroll students. That one goes off the side of the backboard. Rebounded by Reed. Back to Barber for three. Good! Kamira Barber gets three, 19-10. Now Landon Forbes a long three, and that's good. So Forbes answers right back. And Barber brings it down for Northwest. Back to Barber. And there's another steal by Landon Forbes. And she takes it down and lays it in herself. Grizzlies down by 14. Richard over to Kenzie, and now back to Barber and over to Richard again on the near side. Into the paint for Sasha Reed. A long three by Barber, and count it. Kamira Barber, another three, and now a timeout is being taken again. I think this one is being taken by Bishop Carroll. Be a 30-second timeout. Keep it right here and tell you how much we want to thank all of our sponsors. And I would tell you that if I could find my list. Somewhere my list of sponsors has walked away. But we do want to thank them all, and you'll find out who they all are in 38 seconds, because that's how much time is left in the quarter. If you get an opportunity, please visit our sponsors, give them your business, and tell them thank you for their sponsorship of Grizzly basketball. Bishop Carroll inbounds. Hankey brings it across the timeline. 35 to go, first quarter. On the far side underneath, Winfrey dishes it off to McCory, and it goes through the wickets and out of play. 25 seconds now. We'll see if Northwest decides to play for the last shot. Some high pressure being put on here by Bishop Carroll, and then it worked because they stole the ball back. And an easy lay in there for Hankey. We're going to need a calculator to add up her points tonight. Barber with it, dishes it off to Robinson. Robinson in the paint, puts it up, doesn't go, and that's it. We're at the end of one quarter, and your score at the end of one is Northwest trailing 26-13 to Bishop Carroll. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Grizzlies inbound to start the second quarter, trailing by 13. They've got their work cut out for them here if they want to get into this thing before halftime. On the floor for Northwest, Aaliyah Richard with the ball. Innocent Robinson, Sasha Reed, Kamira Barber, and Viviana Wall. There's a turnover, and here comes Bishop Carroll back with it. Landon Forbes sends one into the corner to Hankey, who has 12 points in the first quarter. And now we have a whistle and a foul called Foul is on Sasha Reed. That's her first. It's the fourth team foul. No fouls for Carroll in the first quarter. This is a well-coached team. Winfrey off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Reed. Here comes Barber with it. Far side of the floor. Into the corner. Richard for three, way short. Viviana couldn't get the rebound, then the rebound is thrown away, and Barber puts up a prayer for a three. It goes off the heel. Rebounded by Winfrey. Now Henke will send it to Forbes, who puts up a three. That's off the heel, no good. And Barber will bring it back down the floor. And Barber does not score, but she draws the foul. That's the first foul on Bishop Carroll. It will send Barber to the line to shoot a pair. The foul being charged to Leah Henke. First free throw misses. Coming into the game for Northwest, number 30, a 5'9" freshman forward, Aubrey Navarrete. And she will replace Sasha Reed. So it's Navarrete, Richard, Robinson, Wall, and Barber. And Barber missed them both. Here comes Bishop Carroll after the rebound by Winfrey. Bringing it up the floor is Landon Forbes. She pulls everybody out. Grizzlies playing man-to-man. In the paint to Winfrey, and its pass is blocked by Barber. She gives it to Wall. Viviana Wall on the near side, looking for help. Dishes it to Richard, and Richard is fouled. Foul's going to be charged to Ellie McKellips, her first, team foul number 2 against Bishop Carroll. Richard gives it to Robinson. Robinson missed a three, rebounded by Carroll. Here's Landon Forbes bringing it down. She's at the free throw line, puts it up, misses. Off the heel, rebounded by Robinson. No one has scored in the first 2 minutes of this quarter. Robinson back out to Barber. A long three, misses everything. Bringing it back down is Bishop Carroll. Henke for three, and you don't want her shooting uncontested. Fortunately, she missed that one. Pulling it back out is Landon Forbes. Around the horn it goes. And McKellips bangs home a three of her own, and the Grizzlies are down now 29-13. 5:30 to go till halftime. Want you to stay tuned. At halftime, we're going to have our Meet the Grizzly feature, and we will have J.C. Scheu joining us at halftime. The good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. Robinson comes out. Kenzie Edwards comes in. So we've got now Edwards, Navarrete, Robinson, Wall, and Barber on the floor for Northwest. Bishop Carroll will inbound. Play resumes. That one goes off the heel, no good. And the rebound and the putback by Littlejohn, and it's 31-13. Navarrete with it, and she coughs it up. Littlejohn steals it, dishes it over on the far side. That's Lily Martin passing it into Henke, back to Littlejohn, counted. Beautiful passing and scoring play by Bishop Carroll, and the Grizzlies are going to take a full timeout here with 4:44 remaining. We'll be back. This is Grizzly basketball. coming out of the timeout now. Northwest will inbound the ball. They got a long way to go to make up 20 points, folks. Richard sends it back to Barber. Back to Richard. Richard double teamed on defense and has a problem. Manages to get rid of it. Sasha Reed tried to pass it to Navarrete. It was intercepted. Here comes Bishop Carroll back. On the far side, it's Martin giving it to Hankey. Hankey from 15 feet, doesn't go. Rebounded by Littlejohn. Over here now on the near side to Steven. Steven gives it back to Martin at the top of the key. Martin for three, and it goes. Lily Martin gets her own three-pointer. Here come the Grizzlies back. Leah Richard back to Kamira Barber. Barber gets it across the timeline to Edwards. Edwards back to Barber in the paint, puts it up off the glass, doesn't go. Rebounded by Navarrete, and she gets it to Barber again, top of the key. 2-3 zone employed by Bishop Carroll. Far side now, it's Aaliyah Richard, who thought about a three and then thought more of it. And she better do something. She's running out of time, and finally she coughs it up. And this is going to be an easy lay-in for Bryn Steven. 3:20 to go. Grizzlies down by 25. There's a reason that Bishop Carroll is the number 3 ranked team in the state, folks. Edwards for three, and it rattles off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Bishop Carroll. Martin has it on the far side. Around the horn it goes, now to the near side where Bryn Steven has it. Littlejohn gives it to Martin for three. The rainbow doesn't go. Rebounded by Aaliyah Richard. Richard brings it across the timeline. And again, it's a 2-1-2 zone now. And they switch it off and go man-to-man. It's probably man-to-man to start with. Now they go back into the zone. Underneath, Barber can't make it go. Sasha Reed up for the shot. It doesn't go, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line. She'll shoot a pair. That's the third team foul on Bishop Carroll. Only 4 for the Grizzlies, so it's been a low fouling first half. Sasha Reed will shoot a pair. First one is up, and it's good. Subs come in for both teams. Viviana Wall comes in for Navarrete. So your 5 on the floor are Edwards, Robinson, Reed, Wall, and Barber. That's your 5 on the floor for Northwest. Bishop Carroll made a line change. We'll give that to you as they play. Sasha Reed makes them both 38-15 score. 2:24 to go in the second quarter. And it'll be Landon Forbes bringing it down the floor for Bishop Carroll. On the far side, it goes now to McCory. And it's taken away there by Barber. Edwards all alone, couldn't do anything with it. She'll save it, send it back out to Robinson, back over to Barber. Barber drives off the glass and counted, and she's fouled. We counting that, Rascal? We are not. So no basket. Edwards does a nice job to come in and get that ball. Up off the glass by Robinson, doesn't go, rebounded by Martin. Over on the near side, Dugan puts it up, no good. Out of play it goes, it will turn over to Northwest. 1:42 to go, second quarter, 38-15, Grizzlies trail. And again, we invite you to stay with us at halftime as we're going to feature J.C. Scheu. Hey, there's a nice basket by Barber. Nice soft hands that time by Kamira Barber. On the near side now is Lisa Dugan. Back to Dugan. Over to Martin. Lily Martin back to Dugan. Dugan Underneath to Winfrey. Winfrey puts it up off the glass, doesn't go. And a nice rebound that time by Viviana Wall, fighting Winfrey for it. The two number 12s battled it out, and Wall won the battle. Barber off the glass, no good, and a whistle. We'll see what they call here. I have no idea what they're going to call. The foul is on Lainey Winfrey, number 12. That's her first, team foul number 5, and it will send Barber to the line to shoot 2. Barber's first one is good. 18-38. Grizzlies back down within 20. They were down by 25 moments ago. Line change being made by Bishop Carroll. Barber makes them both. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Carroll brings it down. That's McKellips. Sending it forward. Landon Forbes, top of the key, drives into the paint. Looking to dish it off. She does. McKellips puts it up for 3 and count it. McKellips, I know that's at least 2 threes for her. And it's 41-19. Underneath. Kenzie Edwards with it. Dishes it back out. And a long shot by Robinson. We failed to tell you that Anaya Simpson is in the game for Northwest, number 5, the 5'9" freshman forward. 10 seconds to go. Winfrey at the free throw line, dishes it off to Forbes. Nothing but net. Landon Forbes is deadly from that spot. And that's halftime. And at the end of the first half, it's Bishop Carroll, 44, and the Grizzlies 19. Bear with me a minute here, folks, while I give a little instruction. You're going to ditch that and add the J.C. Scheu interview, which is, where is it? Yeah. All right, J.C. Scheu is going to guest here at halftime. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Welcome to another session of Meet the Grizzly, and we're joined here for this session by freshman player J.C. Scheu. And first of all, welcome. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about you. You're a freshman. Tell us where you went to school before Northwest.
Wilbur Middle School.
Right down the street here. Did you play basketball for Wilbur?
Yes.
And how was that for you?
It was pretty good. I had a great time there.
Did the team do well?
Sometimes.
That's not a sterling endorsement of your team's success. But I guess if you had fun, which you said you did, and I assume you learned something doing it.
For sure.
And you made some good friends on that team, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now here you are at Northwest. You're in the big time. This is high school basketball. It's a little bit different. You've got several other freshman girls like yourself. You also got some upperclassmen up there. How's the relationship between you as a freshman and some of those older girls?
I mean, it's like different because normally it's like one age difference, but for me it's like getting to know more people and getting to know older people and learn from them more.
And the coaching staff, of course, it's a new coaching staff for you. Coaching staff is very good at teaching not only fundamentals but basketball play. How's that working out for you at this point?
I think it's working out really good. I've only been playing, like going to practice for like 3 days now, and I feel like I've learned a lot more from those 3 days than I have my whole time playing basketball.
How is balancing the practices, because I know you have some morning practices, right? So how is balancing practices with going to school and the academics and the homework and everything else?
I mean, it's hard at some points, but I feel like once it keeps on happening, I'm going to get a routine. But right now, it's kind of difficult, but it's still good enough. Like, I'm getting my grades. My grades are still good.
I'm glad your grades are good. How do you like Northwest?
I actually do really like it. I like it way better than middle school. I feel like it's more opportunities to, like, be able to get more success.
Are you planning on, or are you involved in any activities beyond basketball?
And no.
Do you intend to do anything beyond basketball?
Yes.
What else? Tell us.
Well, I might do the swim team or the soccer team, but I don't know yet which one I'm going to choose, but I'm going to try out for one of them.
Okay, well, best of luck when you try out for them, and best of luck this basketball season. Okay, what are your goals as far as you personally with basketball on this team?
To build relationships and be able to, like, maybe play in college or something.
Okay, best of luck to you this season, and thanks for being with us on the Meet the Grizzlies segment.
You're welcome. Thank you.
JC Scheu, our guest here on Meet the Grizzlies. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 60-second break, and then we'll be back with more basketball here on YouTube. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Northwest High with our outstanding production crew of Jonathan Scheu and Eli Taylor and Ace Moore. Kevin with you. Grizzlies trail the girls of Bishop Carroll by a boatload here at halftime. 44-19. They're down by 25. They got a long hill to climb against the number 3 ranked team in 5A. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. You know, the hill may not be climbable, but they can at least certainly let's play even with them here in the second half and then take it from there. We'll see what happens. Bishop Carroll team is very good. I mentioned that they were number 3 in 5A, and they're undefeated coming in at 5-0. Are the Golden Eagles? So they are a good squad. Still got about 2.5 minutes here before we begin the second half. While we do that, I'll remind you once again, that this webcast is a student-driven production, engineered and produced by the audiovisual students under the leadership of Mr. Shane Monroe here at Northwest High School. And as such, this activity for them is indeed an extension of the classroom. They are here to learn the basics of television sports production. They're doing it for a grade. They're also doing it for the knowledge, and these kids learn a lot. You'll hear me talking throughout the evening with them, explaining something or giving them an instruction. That's part of it. And keep in mind, we are not ESPN, nor are we NBC, and we don't try to be, but we are going to give you the best presentation we possibly can here of the game tonight. And we hope you enjoy the game you're watching on NWHS Grizz. Do I want to? I can.
Take this.
Where are you going to be? Somebody needs to make sure he's got that under control. Okay. And at least for part of the second half, okay? But since he's brand new at it. Okay. Once you're confident that he's comfortable, then I'll take it from you and you can go down and take pictures. No problem. 44-19, Grizzlies trail. Boys game will follow after this one. We'll have the pregame show with head coach Andy Hill first, as we always do. Grizzlies will be playing from right to left here in the second half. Grizzlies again wearing white uniforms with dark numerals, dark trim. And Bishop Carroll in their gold uniforms with green numerals and green trim. And they're wearing green sneakers as well. In the second half, Bishop Carroll will get the ball first on the alternating possession inbound rule. Grizzlies have 2 timeouts remaining. Bishop Carroll has 4. And nobody on either team is in foul trouble. As I recall, no one has more than 1 foul. On the floor for the Grizzlies to start the second half, Kenzie Edwards, number 1, Aaliyah Richard, 21, Innocent Robinson, 23, Kamira Barber, 22, and Sasha Reed, 24. Getting ready now for the start of half number 2. And where we are perched here is right behind the Bishop Carroll fans, and this section of the bleachers is full. Around the horn it goes. Hankey gives it to Landon Forbes. Forbes puts up a 3 wide left off the rim. No good. It goes out of bounds. It'll turn over to Northwest. Just underway, third quarter. Grizzlies and Bishop Carroll. If you're just joining us, glad to have you on board wherever you are on planet Earth, and we hope you're enjoying the broadcast, whether you're from Bishop Carroll or from the Northwest community. We're glad to have you. Underneath, and Richard can't make it go. It's rebounded by Hankey, and she will bring it down, gives it underneath to Winfrey, and Winfrey scores, and that's Winfrey's first bucket of the night. Barber brings it down the floor for Northwest. Trying to get through or dribble through a 2-1-2 zone by Bishop Carroll. Ball's knocked out of play. It will stay with Northwest. Barber will inbound it, and she gives it to Reed in the paint. She can't find the handle on it. Hankey ends up with it. Here comes Bishop Carroll back. Landon Forbes passes it into Winfrey. Winfrey boots it, and coming away with it is Robinson. Robinson sends a pass forward, and a foul is going to be called on Kamira Barber for checking. Wrong sport. Sasha Reed comes out for Northwest. She's replaced by Viviana Wall. And here's Edwards sending one over to Robinson. Robinson in the paint off the glass. It's partially blocked. Rebounded by Landon Forbes. Forbes will send a long one forward. Far side for 3. Nothing doing. It misses everything. And Edwards gets it for Northwest. Gives it to Barber. Now to Richard on the near side. Richard into the paint, tried to go up with it, and she traveled. That'll turn it over to Bishop Carroll. 6:12 to go, third quarter. Grizzlies trail 46-19. Carroll trying to go 6-0. Grizzlies are 2-4, trying to win their third. Landon Forbes in the paint, up it goes, and a foul is called. Forbes will go to the line and shoot a pair. The foul is charged to Barber. That's her third. It's her second foul in the last 90 seconds. And the first one by Forbes is good. Forbes puts up number 2, and it rattles in and out. No good. Rebounded there by Barber. Barber will bring it down the floor. Barber up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Wall. Wall tried to dish it off to Richard. It was intercepted. Here comes Forbes back with it. Coast to coast, it doesn't go. And a charge is called against Landon Forbes. It'll turn over to Northwest on the player control foul. Couple subs come in for each team. Coming in for Northwest, a 5'7" freshman guard, number 10, Amaya Alvarez, making her first appearance of the night. Alvarez joins Robinson, Barber, Richard, and Wall on the floor. That's your 5 here in the third quarter. Three-pointer by Robinson, counted. Beautiful ball by Innocent Robinson. In the corner it goes now for Carroll. Around the horn, far side now. Leah Hankey feeds it into the paint. Now it comes back out. Lily Martin in and out, no good. Rebounded by Wall. Kamira Barber counted for 3. 47-25, and now a timeout's been called. I don't know who called it. We'll find out here in a moment. It's a full timeout. We're going to take it with them. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Northwest, coming out of the timeout. It will be Bishop Carroll's ball. Ellie McKellips will inbound it for Bishop Carroll to Leah Hankey. Hankey brings it across the timeline. Littlejohn has it on the far side. Back to Hankey. Top of the key now, and McCory sends in a three-pointer that's short, rebounded by Alvarez, and here comes Northwest back with it. Barber in the paint, puts it up, doesn't go, rebounded by Littlejohn for Bishop Carroll, and there's a frustration foul on the part of Kamira Barber reaching in there. That's going to be her 4th, unfortunately. She will come out, and Aaliyah Richard will come in for her. And back underway. 4:20 to go in the third. Grizzlies down by 22, and there's a foul called. Foul is on. Who's the foul on, please? I think it's on Robinson. 14 fouls in this quarter for Northwest. There's a nice steal by Richard. Gives it to Robinson. Robinson brings it across the timeline. Landon Forbes harassing Richard on that one. In the corner for Wall for three. In and out, no good. And it's rebounded by Hankey. Here comes Bishop Carroll back. Into the paint it goes. Little John has it. McKellips underneath to Little John. She puts it up, no good. Gets her own rebound, gives it to McKellips for three. Off the glass, misses everything. Loose on the floor, underneath Little John off the glass, kisses it and sends it home. Well, you gave them 3 tries at it, you know they're going to get it. And that's exactly what happened. Aaliyah Richard on the far side. Over here on the near side now to Robinson. 2-3 zone being employed by Carroll. There's a long bomb by Richard that misses everything, and Landon Forbes with it. Into the paint it goes to McCory. Puts it up, doesn't go. And what did Forbes do? She sure did. She traveled. And that will turn it over to Northwest. Sasha Reed will come back in, and Viviana Wall will take a seat for Northwest. 2:55 to go, third quarter. 49-25, Grizzlies trail. Robinson with it. Now, what did they call here? A blocking foul, I think, on Forbes. Yes, it is. She was never set. It's her second foul, also the second team foul on Bishop Carroll in this second half. Nice crowd on hand here. In the game for Northwest, wish they would quit doing that when I wasn't paying attention. Number 31, Mariah Staten, a 5'5" freshman guard, is on the floor for Northwest. Robinson puts up a three and hits the top of the backboard. That'll turn it over to Bishop Carroll. Staten joins Edwards, Robinson, Reed, and Richard as the 5 on the floor for Northwest with 2:20 to go in the third. Around the horn it goes again for Bishop Carroll. Little John from the free throw line off the heel, no good. Rebound by Carroll, and Sasha Reed's going to get called for a foul on the rebound. Oh, I take that back. They called it on Edwards. It will send Ellie McKellips to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one is up, off the heel, no good. Second one is up and misses them both. Rebounded by Sasha Reed. Here comes Northwest back. Be nice to see Northwest run a few plays here and get some points on each one. Underneath. Edwards off the rim, no good, but I think she was fouled and she went down hard. She pops up. And I just noticed for the first time that Kenzie Edwards is wearing a sleeve on her right leg. Looks like it's protecting her right knee. I don't know if she tweaked it or anything, but I haven't noticed any difference in her play. Richard counted from 12. Grizzlies hanging in there, down by 22. And there's a jump ball called, the first jump ball called on the night. It will go to the Grizzlies on the alternating possession, arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Robinson will inbound to Edwards. Underneath to Reed. Oh, she can't make it go. Had the lay in there, but couldn't finish it. Taken away by Bishop Carroll in the corner now. Driving underneath the basket, up, and they're going to call a foul here, excuse me, and it will be McKellips going to the line again. Fouls on Sasha Reed, that's her second. McKellips will shoot 2. And the first one is good. One more for McKellips. And she makes them both. She's got 8 points on the night. Here comes Aaliyah Richard with it. Gives it to Edwards. Edwards dishing it wide. Staten gives it to Robinson. Robinson, and up it goes off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Reed. She puts it up. She's fouled, and Reed will go to the line and shoot a pair. And we have fouls being charged to Megan Simon, number 30, her first. Reed's first free throw is good. Nice touch by Sasha Reed. She'll get one more. It goes up and it rattles and it's good. Sasha Reed makes them both, and she's got 6. On the near side with it is Bryn Steven. Sending it across. McKellips for 3 is short. And she's going to get the rebound. Puts it up again from 15 feet. No good. Sasha Reed forwards one to Robinson. 2-on-1. She takes it herself. Count it. Innocent Robinson scores herself. Less than 20 to go. Third quarter. Grizzlies back within 20. Edwards trying to steal it. Does. She's fouled, or commits the foul. And that will put Bishop Carroll at the line because that puts them in the bonus. And I need to show you something here. Okay, team goes into the bonus. You see down here where it says BNS right there. No, not that one. The other, that one. Click it. Okay, and that will show as a bonus. Oh, we don't have the score thing up. Hit overlay. Hit up here, hit overlay. There we go. That's supposed to be up all the time. Okay, let's go ahead and send it to commercial. 53-31, Grizzlies trail. We'll be back. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Second until he gets back. He went to get a drink. All righty. Back at Northwest for the start of the fourth quarter, and we'll start it off with a steal by Sasha Reed, and then Landon Forbes picks her pocket, and there's an easy lay-in for Ellie McKellips. And just like that, 2 turnovers and 2 points. In the paint, another turnover. Pass from Barber was a little high, and this one will be laid in, and it doesn't go. Rebounded by Barber. Barber back on the floor with her 4 fouls. We'll give you the 5 on the floor here in just a moment. There's a miss by Northwest and a long one to Winfrey. Winfrey gives it to Hankey, to McKellips. Around the horn, Winfrey from 15, count it. Winfrey with her second bucket of the night. On the floor for Northwest, Kenzie Edwards, Amaya Alvarez, Aaliyah Richard, Innocent Robinson, and Sasha Reed, and one of them is about to be replaced as Grizzlies have a sub lined up. I'm going to bet you it's Alvarez, but I'm guessing. And what do we have here? We have a foul. This will be on the floor. Foul is being charged to Carroll. It's their 5th, and it's being charged to Leah Hankey. That's her 2nd. Anaya Simpson comes in, and Sasha Reed is the one she replaced. And Barber underneath, puts it up, off the glass, count it. Beautiful play. Barber has very quietly gotten 17 points in this game. That's the 2nd game in a row she's got at least 17. There's Landon Forbes missing a 3. This one goes out of play. That'll be Carroll's ball, I believe. Like I said, it'll be Northwest ball. I haven't been right much tonight. Grizzlies will inbound. And Aaliyah Richard took a seat during all that, and she was replaced. Well, let me just give it to you over again because I don't know who came in for her. There's a foul going to be called. We're going to be shooting free throws. On the floor for Northwest, it's Edwards, Barber, Alvarez, Simpson. All right, who am I missing? Oh, and Robinson. That's your 5 on the floor. Barber puts up 1 and it counted. It's good. She'll get 1 more. Makes them both. Good job on the free throw line by Kamira Barber. Carroll will inbound with 6:05 to go in the 4th. Underneath, Hankey puts it up. It doesn't go. Simpson gets the rebound. There's a long one intended for Edwards, but it's knocked out of play by Landon Forbes, and it will be Grizzly basketball in front of their own bench. Everybody's shooting free throws the rest of the night on fouls. Grizzlies still have their 2 timeouts left. That one gets knocked out of play by Lily Martin. Barber with it. 2-3 zone again by Carroll. They've been good with that tonight. Robinson. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Forbes. She dishes it to Hankey, and Hankey lays it in, and that's a nice play, and a foul's called to boot. Hankey has 14 in the game. She's going to go to the line and shoot 1 more. Foul is on free throw is good. The foul's on Viviana Wall. Her first. Oh, that's her second, excuse me. There's one in and out, no good. Rebounded by Lily Martin. Martin sends it up to Hankey. Hankey. Over here on the near side. 3-pointer misses. And the rebound pulled out by Landon Forbes. Winfrey with it into the corner now. Here's another 3 attempt, and that one rattles and falls from Hankey. Timeout's being taken. I don't know if it's a full timeout or not. Come on, ref, tell us. Full timeout, we're going to go ahead and take it with them. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Back at Northwest, 4:50 to go in the game. Grizzlies have the ball. Barber will bring it up the floor, joined by Kenzie Edwards. Also out there is Amaya Alvarez, number 10, number 22, Kamira Barber, and who did I miss? Oh, Anaya Simpson, number 5. I missed her. That one will stay with Northwest as the defensive block out of bounds by Bishop Carroll. Inbounded to Robinson. Robinson back to Barber. Barber in the near side, spin move, puts it up, count it. Barber with 6 in the quarter. Forbes to McCory in the corner, almost lost it. To Martin, and now in this corner, long 3, counted by Hankey. Hankey has been a one-man army against Northwest tonight. Edwards with it on the far side for the Grizzlies. Over here, completely over the field, dribbling it in, and we can't get the roll. Robinson laid it up, couldn't get the roll. And then there's Hankey down at the other end, just parked down there waiting for a pass, and she puts it in for 2 more. And we are in running clock territory now as the Grizzlies are down by 31. Edwards, and I believe for Kenzie Edwards, that is her first bucket of the night. And now we have a travel called and a line change being made by Bishop Carroll. And the Grizzlies are going to also change a lot of players. Officials timeout. I believe it's an officials timeout. Stop the clock at 3:11. Bishop Carroll will inbound. On the floor for Northwest, Sasha Reed, Kamira Barber, J.C. Scheu, number 2, the 5'4" freshman guard. Nikayla Parker, the 5'9" freshman forward, number 34. And Innocent Robinson. Robinson on the far side, underneath, and a foul's being called. I think Robinson will go to the line and shoot 2. Clock runs the rest of the game. So just start it. No, you need to, okay, you got it. Never mind. You're good. Innocent Robinson will shoot 2, I think. Carroll substitutes a couple of players. And it's a 1-and-1 opportunity. as Northwest is now in the bonus. And Robinson makes the first one. Would you put us in the bonus? And Robinson makes them both. Robinson's had a good night with 13 points. Sasha Reed will come out. And who came in for? Coming in for her is number 3, a 5'1" freshman guard, Alondra Morales. On the far side is Barber. Barber's played a long time with 4 fouls. Now she got her pocket got picked by Lisa Dugan. And this one gets dribbled over the end line. It will turn over to Northwest. 1 minute to go in the game. Sasha Reed will come in. J.C. Scheu comes out. Robinson will bring it up the floor. 72-41. Long 3 attempt by Robinson is off the heel. Barber is short, and it's rebounded by Littlejohn. And that one is intercepted by Robinson. Robinson puts it up and count it. Innocent Robinson, a nice job to intercept the ball and score. We have a foul called. This will be the last free throws of the game as the clock will expire here. The foul is on Kenzie Edwards. I'm sorry, it's on Robinson. That's her third. Dugan is at the line shooting free throws. She makes the first one. And for Lisa Dugan, that's her first point of the night. That's hard to believe. Second one's up. She makes them both. Well, she made the most of her opportunity. This will be it. 3-2-1 and done. That one did not go. And their final score for tonight, Bishop Carroll 74 and the Grizzlies 43. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. Then we'll come back with our totals and then send it to the pregame show with Andy Hill. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. At Northwest High, where the Grizzly girls fall to Bishop Carroll tonight by a score of 74-43. Grizzlies fall to 2-5 on the season, and Bishop Carroll improves to 6-0. It is this one over here. Yeah. Let's give you the scoring summary as we have it here. We'll start with Bishop Carroll. Leah Littlejohn had 6 points. Ellie McKellips with 12. Lily Martin had 5. Landon Forbes with 12. Avery McCory with 2. Lisa Dugan with 2. Leah Hankey, who's just a killer, led all scorers, actually tied for the lead with all scorers with 21. Bryn Stephen with 6. Megan Simon with a pair, and Winfrey with 4 for Bishop Carroll. 4 Northwest, Kenzie Edwards had a pair. Aaliyah Richard only 2 points on the night. She had a bucket in the third quarter, and that was it. She was busy elsewhere, but did not get into the scoring column much for Northwest. Kamira Barber, who led all scorers, tied to lead all scorers, 21 points tonight. That's a season high for her. Innocent Robinson with 15. Sasha Reed had 8. Sasha Reed played a good game. She's been in foul trouble the last several games and stayed away from it tonight, and that's good for her. So that's where we're at. Final score again, 74-43. In 17 minutes, we're going to do the introductions of the boys team for the boys contest. In the meantime, we're going to send it to commercial, and then we will bring in Andy Hill for the Andy Hill pregame interview. So stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel, and this is Grizzly Basketball.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Our doubleheader continues now against Bishop Carroll, and before we start out with the boys varsity game, we always have our visit with the boys head coach, Andy Hill. Coach, first of all, as we always do, let's look backward 3 days to Tuesday night, and nice job against the East High Blue Aces.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we did some good stuff, I think, especially early on in the game, first quarter, second quarter. Our defensive focus and energy was pretty good. We were able to speed them up and force a lot of turnovers, which really helped us to score some buckets early on. We kind of slept through the third quarter, and then, fortunately, we woke back up a little bit in the fourth. But, one of the things that we talked about is, we got to be better at finishing that game off. And you get somebody, I don't know, we were up 15-18 at halftime. I think it was 18.
18 of us,
you got to be able to come out in the third quarter and kind of put that one away and close out and be able to play more of a stress-free game down the stretch, and we certainly didn't do that. And credit to East for continuing to fight and battle, and they did some really good stuff, and Coach Witten made some good adjustments at halftime. But that's just a thing we've got to work on. It's kind of the first time we've been in that position with a big lead at half, and we didn't really handle it the right way. So hopefully we learn from that and can get better.
If I hadn't known before the game started, I would not have guessed that we were playing a team that came into that game 0-4 on the season. They played well.
Yeah, they've had a tough schedule for sure. I know their most recent game was against Garden City, who's 8-0. And so they've had a tough schedule, and first-year Coach Witten is kind of trying to rebuild some things there. So I think him and his staff, they're doing a great job, and it's only a matter of time before they get it rolling over there.
Good to see Jerome Henderson back on the floor. You can certainly tell his presence there with his size and his intimidation factor.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have Jerome back. He was a little rusty, which is to be expected. But yeah, he can do some things for us just in terms of, like you said, size and his length and some athleticism that our other guys can't. So it's going to be really important that we get him kind of up to full speed and get him back in the mix. And I think once he's kind of fully back with his legs underneath him, he's a real difference maker for us.
And also, I thought L.J. Phillips had his best game of the season. He scored a bunch of points early and then didn't score past the first quarter much, but his presence was certainly felt on the floor.
he's incredible, and he's never going to be a guy that scores a lot. I think he had 6, and there's a decent chance that may end up being a career high for him. But the great thing about him is, like, he knows that he's there to impact the game in other ways, and I mean, he absolutely does from a defensive standpoint, from a rebounding standpoint, from an energy standpoint. I mean, it's incredible to see what he's done out there. We've got him playing the 4 spot. He's a 5'7" power forward. And he can only do that, one, because he's freakishly strong, as we all know, but just how hard he plays, and he's a good athlete. But he's been so great for us. Him and Sincere both is just what I love about those guys is they've got every reason in the world to have an ego about them, but they don't. They are both Division I athletes. I mean, LJ's already signed, and Sincere is going to be a Division I running back. And they come on the basketball court, and you would think maybe guys like that would carry an ego with them, but instead they're the exact opposite. I mean, they've got the least amount of ego. They're great role players. They're great team guys. Their attitude and energy is always phenomenal. And so those guys definitely deserve a shout-out. I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, it's easy to see from the stands and from our vantage point. You can see when they're on the floor and when they're not on the floor, the different atmosphere that is created amongst the players that are playing in the game. And that's a credit to both those guys. And quite frankly, it's a credit to the whole team.
Yeah, I think so. They all feed off of that and feed off of each other. And, when we're doing things the right way, the positive energy just kind of fuels itself, and that's when we're at our best.
So now we turn our attention to our neighbors from down the road, Bishop Carroll, and always a tough opponent. They always play us tough. They play Capon tough every year. I mean, those are the two big rivalry games for them, and this will be our first time taking a look at them this year. What do you think?
They're a really good basketball team. They had, by their own standards, they had a little bit of a down year last year, but they've bounced back this year, and they've got some really good players. They're obviously very well coached by Coach Dom and his staff, but they just do such a good job executing on the offensive end. They move and cut so well. They move so well without the ball. They've got two guys in particular that, if you don't do a good job on them, you're just not going to beat them. Mikey Brand is number 14, and John Hauserman, number 4. Those two guys are as good as anybody in our league. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge. I'm hopeful that we have a really good atmosphere for rivalry game, and this is the first time for a couple years that I think we've gotten to play Carroll on a Friday. Typically they've been Tuesdays, so I'm glad that we have that chance and we're hosting, and I'm hoping for a really good crowd.
I would like to think on a Friday night against our rival from down the street, we'd have a full house, especially given, the Tuesday night game against East, which was not a school day because school had not started yet. We had a good turnout for a game under those circumstances, I thought.
Yeah, I thought the crowd was pretty good, too, on Tuesday. So, yeah, hopefully with school being back and we can kind of, these next couple days, spread some excitement in the hallways and hopefully get a nice, good crowd.
Anybody injured in the Tuesday night affair against East, or are we all healthy?
We're mostly healthy. Tayshawn was a little bit limited at practice today, just some tightness in the hamstrings. I think he'll be okay. Other than that, we're healthy.
Okay, best of luck to you against Bishop Carroll, and we'll look forward to a visit with you next week before the game on Tuesday night.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
Head coach Andy Hill on our pregame show. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 90-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of tonight's varsity boys game between the Wichita Northwest Grizzlies and the Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Northwest High, where we're getting set for the second game of our Greater Wichita Athletic League doubleheader between the Grizzlies and the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll Catholic High School. Bishop Carroll comes in with a 3-2 record on the season. Could kind of give you a little summary as to how they did. They started out by beating Southeast at home 66-63, then went over to East and took on the Blue Aces and defeated them by 30, 78-48. Came back to West at West and in a close game, 76-71. They won that one. Then now they're in the middle of a 2-game losing streak. They lost their Ark Valley Chisholm Trail showcase game to Derby right here in this building. 62-54, and then 3 nights ago at home they lost to Cape and Mount Carmel, 62-43. Grizzlies come in to this game 4-2 on the season, and to give you a quick summary of how the boys have done, the boys beat North 51-48. Then they beat Junction City handily. I don't have that total in front of me, but they won their Ark Valley Chisholm Trail game against Junction City. Then they took on East here at home and they beat them 56-40. And then of course now we have Bishop Carroll tonight. That's only 3 of the 6 games, and for some reason I don't have the scores of the other. Oh, I know why. I had to tear those pages out of my book. I needed them for something. I don't have those right in front of me. 4-2 are the Grizzlies, trying to go 5-2 tonight against Bishop Carroll. It's good to have the band back playing here after a hiatus due to the winter break. And we're going to go ahead and give you an opportunity to listen to the band for about 3 minutes. know what you did with the players when they were introduced last game. I never talked about it. All I care about is that you get our players coming out. They'll walk out to the center. And we welcome you back here to Northwest High School. We're getting ready for the introduction of the starting lineups and the national anthem here at Northwest. The PA announcer. He's introducing the game and trying to get the crowd riled up a little bit here. Big crowd on hand here. Both schools represented very well. We're on the visitors' side. That's where our perch is. And our side you can't see because of the camera, but our side is full. And somebody named yours truly did the smart thing by roping off a couple of seats here so that we can get you a good camera shot. The student section for Bishop Carroll will be in our line of sight, unfortunately. And you're going to lose some of what's going on at the Bishop Carroll end of the field, or end of the floor, excuse me, because of the kids standing up. Can't do much about that. Getting ready for the presentation of the colors and our national anthem.
Please rise and do your hat for the presentation of our national colors and the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's color guard is represented by the Grizzlies Battalion, the ROTC Cadets. Presenting tonight's colors are Cadet Master Sergeant Desiree Miller, Cadet Corporal Hudson DeVille, Cadet Captain Caitlin Wright, Cadet Captain Tegan Hughes, and Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Aiden Charlier. We are honored to have Junior Gabe Hurtado to sing our national anthem this evening. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleam, whose broad
That's the national anthem here at Wichita Northwest, and beautifully done, I might add.
Well done.
Now we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups of both teams, and they will be done in alternating order. Starting with Bishop Carroll. And for Bishop Carroll, a 6-foot junior guard, number 2, Reese Peterson. For Northwest, a 5'9" junior guard, number 2, Tayshawn Williams. For Bishop Carroll, Jonathan Hauserman is a 6'3" junior forward wearing number 4. And for Northwest, a 5'11" sophomore guard, Eli Benning, number 5. For Bishop Carroll, a 6'4" junior forward, Mikey Brand, wearing number 14. And for for Northwest, a 5'9" senior guard, number 10, David Hudspeth. For Bishop Carroll, a 5'10" shooting guard, a junior, number 15, Van Hainberg. For Northwest, 6'4" senior forward, number 22, Javon Glover. And for Bishop Carroll, number 24 is a 6'1" senior guard, Braden Beasley. And for Northwest, number 24, 5'8" senior guard, L.J. Phillips. Bishop Carroll is coached by Mike Dominic, assisted by Vance Lee, Lawrence Barles, and Danny Burt, along with Nick Means and Jay Means. Grizzlies are coached by Andy Hill. He's assisted by Gavin Darr, Kylan Hawkins, and Jim Murnaugh. Grizzlies are in their white uniforms with dark numerals, dark blue numerals, and blue trim. And Bishop Carroll in their gold uniforms with green numerals and green trim. Grizzlies will play from left to right here in the first half. And Javon Glover will go for the opening tip against Braden Beasley. I take that back. That's Mikey Brand. And Bishop Carroll wins the opening tip, brings the ball up. Peterson has it, sends it to Brand. Over here on the near side, it's Hauserman. Back to Brand. And to Beasley. And Beasley puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Northwest. And that's David Hudspeth on the rebound. He's on the floor. Oh, it went right through the wickets of Glover. Bishop Carroll will bring it back. If you're just joining us, we're just underway. No score, first quarter. Here's a three-point attempt off the heel, no good. Put back misses, third time misses, fourth time makes it. Mikey Brand gets it on the fourth attempt, and you can't give him 3 rebounds on every shot. Tayshawn Williams, and now we have a foul called on Peterson. He fouled Glover as Glover was trying to make the pass. First foul of the game for either team. Charged against Peterson. Grizzlies will inbound. Hudspeth, Williams, Phillips, Glover, count it. Yes, sir. Beautiful putback by Javon Glover. And I missed Eli Benning. That's your 5 on the floor. Now we have a foul called. I think it's going to be on Benning. No? What do they call it? It's on Glover. For a minute, I thought they were going to call it on. They were looking right at Benning. I think Benning was holding Glover down. Now we have another foul. This one's going to be on L.J. Phillips. And the one thing we don't need tonight is a whistleblowing contest. In the paint, intercepted by Glover. He gives it to Benning. Benning loses control of it, gets it back into Glover. And back out to Hudspeth. Hudspeth in the corner to Benning. 2-3 zone by Carroll. What a surprise. And that one is intercepted and dunked by Hauserman. And the Eagles lead 4-2. Into the corner it goes. Williams has it for Northwest. Glover. Driving, puts it up. He tried to dunk and it missed. And now he comes back and he's guilty of his second foul. And that's going to hurt. And that was not a good foul to take. Jerome Henderson comes in, a 6'2" junior forward. He will replace Glover. Glover's not a happy camper at the moment, but quite honestly, he has nobody to blame but himself on that one. Carroll with the ball and the lead. Hauserman gives it off. There's a long bomb by Mikey Brand for 3. And we're going to have, I thought I heard a whistle, I did not. Benning brings it across the timeline, gives it now back to Williams. Williams underneath. Phillips, it doesn't go, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the line and he'll shoot 2. Fouls on Beasley. First foul on him. Phillips will go to the line here. He was shooting 2. The first one misses. Off the front. Second one also misses. Boy, he can't afford to miss those. Beasley brings it up the floor. And it's stolen by Phillips. Here comes Henderson. He has his pocket picked. But was he fouled? And the answer is no, but it will be Grizzly basketball. Knocked out of play defensively by Carroll. Benning will inbound for Northwest. Hudspeth sends it out to Phillips. LJ over to Benning. Benning to Tayshawn Williams. Tayshawn. That one gets knocked out of play by Beasley. It'll stay with Northwest. 4:57 to go, first quarter. 7-2, Grizzlies trail. Out to Williams. Tayshawn Williams with the ball to Henderson. Back to Williams. Williams drives toward the paint, puts it up, count it. From 10 feet, Tayshawn Williams gets on the scoreboard, and it's 7-4. Bringing it up is Peterson, and we have a whistle and a foul. The foul is on Henderson. It'll be his first. Team's fourth foul in 4 minutes. Now Sincere Thompson, the 5'11" junior guard, comes in for Northwest wearing number 13. He replaces Phillips. There's a one off the heel, no good. Williams gets the rebound. Here comes Northwest with a chance to get it close or to tie it. Williams, double teamed, lost it for a moment, got it back, puts up a 3. Off the front, no good. Loose on the floor. Tayshawn gets it back and scores. 7-6, Grizzlies trail. So far, so good. Brand has it. Puts it up off the glass. Count it. You can't let him have those easy shots, folks. And Brand has 7 points. Thompson gives it to Williams. Williams kicked it, and Beasley comes up with it for Carroll. Mikey Brand, here we go again, off the glass. He doesn't go, but he was fouled by Hudspeth. And he'll go to the line and he'll shoot a pair. Wow. First one by Mikey Brand is good. He'll get one more. And he missed the second one. Rebounded by Benning. Here comes Northwest. Coach Hill calls a play in for the Grizzlies. 3:30 to go, first quarter. Grizzlies down by 4. Benning has it. Gets it to Henderson, almost picked off by Brand. And Brand almost picked it off again. Jerome Henderson puts up a sky hook that doesn't go. There's a long one down there for Colin Tran. Now he gives it back, and a shot misses by Van Hainberg. Sincere Thompson sends it out to Benning. Benning to Thompson. Back out to Williams. Underneath to Henderson, and his shot is blocked, but he gets it back. Williams will do it all over again. Loose ball, no foul called. That one is blocked out by Mikey Brand, and it will stay with Northwest. Good defensive blocks by Bishop Carroll. They've had 3 solid blocks in this quarter. Hudspeth comes out for Northwest. He's replaced by 6-foot senior guard Leon Harris, number 3. And just like that, Harris puts in a 3-pointer. I think those are Harris's first points of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Good time for him. 10-9 now. Grizzlies trail. Mikey Brand underneath, puts it up. Man, that guy is unconscious. That's 10 points in this quarter for Mikey Brand. Williams, he tried a little razzle-dazzle, trying to get it to Harris, and it didn't work. It will turn over to Bishop Carroll with 93 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A fast-moving quarter in spite of all the fouls. Now they're calling a foul on Benning. Oh, no, they're not. They're calling it on, who are they calling it on? They're calling it on Henderson. It must have been away from the ball. I didn't see it. Phillips is getting set to come back in, and he will replace Henderson, as Henderson has picked up his second foul. So Glover and Henderson both have 2 fouls here for Northwest. Mikey Brand puts it up again. It doesn't go this time. He is human. Ball knocked out by Harris. It will stay with Bishop Carroll. And they'll inbound it with 70 seconds remaining in the quarter. Now Hudspeth will come back in, and Benning will take a seat. Mikey Brand will inbound. He does so. And he gets it to Eustace. Tran with it now for Bishop Carroll. Into the paint, and laying it in is Zachary Stephen. His first points of the game. Grizzlies down by 5. And the Grizzlies have decided to play for 1 with 42 seconds remaining. 2-3 zone is set up by Bishop Carroll, and it's a wide zone. There's a lot of spot between the players. Hudspeth counting it down, 27 to go now. Looks at his coach for some instruction on what to do. $13 to go. Hudspeth starts moving the ball. Williams has it. And Sincere Thompson scores his first bucket, and that'll do it for the quarter. At the end of 1 quarter of play, Bishop Carroll 14 and Northwest 11. We'll be back with the second quarter in 60 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz. Nope, not that one. Remove that. Remove it. Nuh-uh. You got to remove that first. Remove that. Now you can add. And it's the one, that one right there in the middle. Yeah. Okay, folks, we'll be back. Go ahead. Grizzlies inbound to start the second quarter. Down by 3. On the floor for Northwest, Eli Benning. David Hudspeth, who just missed. Leon Harris, number 3. Sincere Thompson, 13. And Dave, I told you Hudspeth. Who am I missing? LJ Phillips, that's the 5 on the floor for Northwest. Benning with it for the Grizzlies. Top of the key. Harris drives. He was trying to feed it over there to Hudspeth, and it goes out of play. It will turn over to Bishop Carroll. Grizzlies have 16 fouls, Eagles with 2. And nobody took a timeout in the first quarter, which is why it went so fast. There's one off the heel, no good. Who's going to get the rebound? It will be loose on the floor. It's LJ Phillips with it. And a timeout is taken by Andy Hill to preserve the possession. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it right here. In the first quarter, we'll summarize the scoring. It was real easy. Reese Peterson had 2. Hauserman with 2. And Mikey Brand with 10 in the first quarter. For Northwest, Tayshawn Williams had 4 with 2 apiece. Sincere Thompson, Javon Glover, and Leon Harris had a 3-pointer. And that's your scoring for Northwest. 14-11, the Grizzlies trail. And they will have the ball here coming out of the timeout. Possession arrow is pointing toward Bishop Carroll. Benning will bring it across the timeline, accompanied by David Hudspeth. No changes in personnel after the timeout. Harris with it, over round the horn. Now Sincere Thompson gives it to Hudspeth. David drives and dishes it back out. Sincere Thompson, did he walk with it or was he fouled? It looks like he was fouled. He was. Foul is on Hainberg. 3rd team foul of the half for Bishop Carroll. Ball's inbounded and Hudspeth has it, gives it now to Eli Benning. Eli Benning, little motion offense going for Northwest here. Harris to Sincere Thompson. Thompson. Back to Harris. Over on the near side down to Hudspeth. A long one off the rim, and it doesn't go. Rebounded there by Beasley. And that long one goes out of play. It will turn over to Northwest as it was last touched by Reese Peterson. Mikey Brand comes back in for Zachary Stephen. Hudspeth brings it across the timeline. Inside, 6 to go, first half. Benning for 3, way short, and hangs up on the rim. There'll be a quick timeout. And that will turn it over to Bishop Carroll. Carroll inbounds it, and it will be Reese Peterson bringing it down the floor. Brand dishes it out, intercepted by Phillips. Carroll gets it right back. Now Williams gets it on a loose ball. He sends one down to Benning. Benning drives, sends it back out to Williams. He thought about a 3. Now he puts one up off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Mikey Brand. Here comes Carroll back with it now. Grizzlies stay man-to-man. Underneath, they tried to get that to Beasley. It's intercepted. Here comes Eli Benning with it. Thompson in the corner to Williams. Off the rim, no good. Rebound to L.J. Phillips. Underneath to Thompson. Thompson counted. Beautiful ball. Grizzlies down by 1. Reese Peterson for Carroll. Gives it off to Beasley. Beasley into the far corner. They thought about a 3. Now they pull it back out. Underneath to Beasley, and he's fouled by Hudspeth. And that will put the Eagles in the bonus. Would you turn on the bonus for Carroll? Oh, you did. Good job. Beasley's at the line. He's going to shoot a 1-and-1 here. And it misses. Rebound by Hudspeth. Well, no harm done that time. Hudspeth brings it across the timeline. Man-to-man by Carroll. Gives it out to Glover. Glover back in the game. Didn't see him return. Williams from 15 feet misses everything, and it's rebounded by Beasley. Beasley to Peterson. All the way across toward Mikey Brand, and it's knocked out of play by Eli Benning. Harris comes back in for David Hudspeth. Let's give you the 5 on the floor while we can. We have Harris, Benning, Williams, Thompson, and Glover. That's the 5 on the floor with 4 to go in the second quarter. Tran has it for Carroll. Now he gives it off to Hauserman. Hauserman to Mikey Brand for 3, and Brand is human. He missed one. And that one gets kicked out of play. It'll belong to Northwest, and now the Grizzlies will have a chance to take the lead. Benning gives it off to Harris, now to Williams. Williams, free throw line. Tried to pass it back to Harris and coughed it up, and then Carroll coughs it up on an interception by Glover. Glover still with it, puts it up left-handed, doesn't go. Goes for the rebound, Mikey Brand gets it. Brand sends a long one down for Colin Tran. Tran gets rid of it, and a 3-pointer is off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Benning. Here comes Northwest right back down. Gives it to Thompson. Thompson drives down, now dishes it back out. Benning from the free throw line underneath to Harris. Count it! Yes! Benning to Harris. What a play. And there's a loose ball underneath. They're going to call a jump ball. Harris won the jump ball, and it will go to Northwest on the alternating possession. Arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. But this time it favors Northwest. They get the ball, they bring it in. Grizzlies lead, by the way, 15-14. That's their first lead of the game. They trailed 7-2 at one point. And they've come back. Benning off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Bishop Carroll. Hainberg has it. Gives it over here to Mikey Brand. Brand. Zachary Stephen with it. Underneath to Brand, and Brand is tied up going up. This one, unfortunately, will be not favor Northwest. It will be a defensive play wasted, as the alternating possession arrow is pointing to Bishop Carroll. Let's give you the 5 on the floor for Northwest. They've made some changes. Jerome Henderson is back out there with Tayshawn Williams, Leon Harris, Eli Benning, and L.J. Phillips. Loose ball underneath, and Harris comes away with it. Oh, he tried to feed it into Henderson, who was all by himself, and it was blocked out of bounds. It will stay with Northwest. 1:49 to go. Grizzlies 15, Eagles 14. Beasley comes back in now for Carroll, replacing Van Hainberg. Benning to inbound, gets it to Williams. Williams drives, gives it off to Henderson across the way. 3-point try off the rim, no good. Brand gets the rebound. Here comes Bishop Carroll back. Oh, forgot to take the ball with him. Benning has it for Northwest, gives it to Williams. Williams for Harris for 3. That's going to go wide left and be picked off there by Hauserman. Hauserman sends one forward to Stephen, and a nice job by Stephen to keep it. A lay-in by Peterson misses. A long one now to Williams. Williams goes up, and he's fouled on the way up, and he will go to the line, and he'll shoot a pair. Well, the foul is on number 3, and that's on Zach Stephen. And the Grizzlies put another one home. Stephen with it for Bishop Carroll, gives it to Hainberg. I'm sorry, to Hauserman. Hauserman now gives it to Peterson. Peterson and Bishop Carroll may be content to play for one shot with 30 seconds to go in the half. Peterson with it, 17 to go. Good man-to-man defense by Northwest here, and now what do we have? 5-second violation by Bishop Carroll will give it to Northwest, and they'll have it with 12 seconds to go and a chance to add to their lead. The Grizzlies, who have trailed most of the game, now lead by 3. Sincere Thompson, under 10 to go. Here's Williams for 3. Yes! Off the glass and cut it, and that's the half. Holy cow! At the end of the half, The halftime score, Northwest 20 and Bishop Carroll 14. We'll be back to give you our halftime totals in 60 seconds. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. That's the Wichita Northwest Honey Bears here at halftime, performing for a big crowd here at Northwest High. Let's give you the totals and highlights here in the game so far. One thing I failed to mention, and it only came to my attention as the half ended, Bishop Carroll did not score in the second quarter. We shut them out in the second quarter 9-0 and went from a 14-11 deficit to a 20-14 lead. Good for our team, huh? Great job by the Grizzlies. So your scoring totals for Bishop Carroll are the same as they were at the end of one quarter. Reese Peterson and John Hauserman each have 2, and Mikey Brand has 10, and they did a good job of shutting Brand down in the second quarter. He was all over that basket, but he couldn't score it. For Northwest, Tayshawn Williams has 9. Sincere Thompson has 4. Javon Glover with a pair. Leon Harris has 5. The Grizzlies have 20. And the score is 20-14 here at halftime. Look at your watch, folks. We have 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go until the start of the third quarter. We're going to go ahead and let you listen to the band play and give you a little Silent Sunday from us so I can rest my voice for a couple. Enjoy the Wichita Northwest Grizzlies pep band. JV and varsity play back to back. That's the way soccer does it. And the first game is at 5. Yeah, because that's swimming. Isn't swimming in the spring for boys? Oh, no. So, like, I was going to do wrestling. Every time there's wrestling, there's a swimming. Like, are you going to I used to go to that all the time. My son used to do it. He was good. not this far away from David. He said, son, if you want to play football at any level in college, go wrestle. I never brought that up to his mother. I never said anything to David about it. It's going to be a David. And one night we're sitting at home eating dinner with him. We're eating dinner, and David says, Mom, Dad, starting Monday, I'm not going to be home for dinner until after 7 o'clock. So his mother just suffered in and said, okay, why not? What are you going to be doing? He said, Monday is the start of wrestling. I took it all the way back to Manhattan. Patterson was right. They'll be down here in this fast. Welcome back to Wichita Northwest High School and the Grizzly Gymnasium. Boys game in progress. We're getting ready to start the third quarter, and the Grizzlies lead at halftime, 20-14. The Grizzlies shut out the Eagles in the second quarter, 9-0, to go from a 3-point deficit to the 6-point lead. So they need to keep that same level of intensity up, and this team is beatable. The Eagles are in the middle of a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Derby right before Christmas, and then they lost to Capon at home 3 days ago. And the Grizzlies, on the other hand, have won the last 2. They beat Junction City right before Christmas and then beat East High 3 days ago. So we'll see how it goes. The Grizzlies will get the ball to start the second half. And I think we're about ready to go here. Our crew is ready to go. We want to, again, Eli Taylor and Ace Moore, our broadcast crew tonight, doing a great job. Both rookies at this, I might add, and they're doing it like old pros, and I sure appreciate it, and I know you folks do at home as well. These guys have learned a lot, and if Mr. Monroe is watching from home, and I'm sure he is, Mr. Monroe, both these guys get an A tonight. Clock is reset on the floor for Northwest. David Hudspeth, Eli Benning, L.J. Phillips, Javon Glover, and Tayshawn Williams. That's your 5 on the floor as we start the second half. How long can we shut out Bishop Carroll and get points while we're doing it? Williams with it. Underneath, Glover couldn't find the handle. Here comes Mikey Brand, sending a long one forward for Hauserman. That one gets blocked out of play by Javon Glover, and a nice block it was. Big crowd on hand here at Northwest High for this City League contest between these two rivals whose schools are less than 2 miles apart. Up it goes, short. Rebounded there by Zach Steven. Hauserman with it again. Pulls up from 15 feet, lays it in. Hauserman gets Carroll on the board first here in the third quarter. Now the Grizzlies will try to answer. Eli Benning brings it up the floor for Northwest. Gives it to Williams. Around the horn it goes underneath. Glover, get in there, yes, count the basket. And Glover has 4 points. Grizzlies lead by 6, their largest lead of the night. That one is short. Hauserman gets the rebound, puts it up, he's short, and this time Benning gets the rebound. Here come the Grizzlies back. And that one went through the wickets of Javon Glover and out of play. It'll turn over to Bishop Carroll. Grizzlies don't need to rush, be deliberate. Take control of the game here. Man-to-man defense by Northwest. And Eli Benning had been nailed to the floor for the better part of 30 seconds when he got clobbered. And Zach Steven is guilty of the charge. That is his second foul. Grizzlies bring it up the floor. That's the first foul of the half for either team. Hudspeth with it for Northwest over on the near side. Benning almost lost the handle. Gets it back to Javon Glover. Benning for 3. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Carroll. A long one down to Mikey Brand. Brand, who has Benning on him, dishes it off. Driving underneath, laying it in. It's short, gets his own rebound and misses. Who's going to get the loose ball? It's out of play. It stays with Bishop Carroll. And that is unfortunate. Good defensive play that time by the Grizzlies. Mikey Brand will inbound the ball. Finally gets it in and out of play it goes. It'll turn over to Northwest. Grizzlies now with a chance to add to their 6-point lead. They led by 6 at halftime. Phillips to Benning. Underneath to Glover. Yes! Benning to Glover and count it. Grizzlies up by 8. Hauserman with it. Resets the offense. Inside to Brand. Brand double team. Puts it up anyway, and it's blocked out of play. And it will stay with Bishop Carroll. I think they may have figured that out on Mikey Brand. He has not scored since the first quarter when he put up 10. Hauserman with it. And now sends it over here on the near side to Hainberg. Hainberg gives it to Brand. Brand off the glass counter. Yeah, you're not going to stop that from Mikey Brand. There's no question about that. Around the horn it goes now. We've got Tayshawn Williams for 3. Off the heel, no good. Rebounded there by Hauserman. And Carroll will come back with it. Tayshawn Williams guilty of the foul. That'll be his first. Grizzlies will sub in some players as Henderson comes in along with Sincere Thompson, replacing Glover and Phillips. So joining those two, you got Tayshawn Williams, Eli Benning, and David Hudspeth also on the floor. Hauserman to Brand. Brand for three. Nothing but net. That guy is good. And he's zeroed in on that net. All of his points are at that end of the floor. 24-21, Grizzlies lead. Less than 4 to go, third quarter. Benning with it. Hudspeth, excuse me. In trouble. Pulls it back out, does a nice job, gives it to Williams. Tayshaun into the paint. Over here on the near side, Benning. Benning to Hudspeth, and count it. Beautiful ball. David Hudspeth, and that's his first points of the night. Brand underneath, lays it in. Brand has 7 in this quarter, 17 in the game. We need to get his valve shut off again. Jerome Henderson. Benning to Thompson. To Williams underneath to Henderson, and he kicks it out of bounds. Substitutions come in. Harris will come in for Northwest, replacing Hudspeth. And coming in for Carroll are Reese Peterson and Braden Beasley. Also on the floor, Peyton Newell, number 45. He's 6'4". He's a 6'4" senior center. And he's got to be a center or a tackle on the football team. That young man is huge. He dwarfs Tayshaun Williams in front of him, excuse me. Beasley with it. Brand for three, off the front, no good, rebounded by Williams. Williams to Harris. Glover puts it up. Come on, go. It doesn't fall, and it's rebounded by Beasley. 2 minutes and 7 to go. Underneath. Newell couldn't control it. Here comes Williams with it. 1-on-2, and there's going to be a foul charged. And we'll see what they call here. Fouls on Zachary Stephen, that's his third. Common foul, ball will be inbounded by Northwest. Tayshaun Williams to Glover. Back to Williams for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Carroll. Newell's got it. Coach Hill wanted to travel on Newell, didn't get the call. Underneath, and an easy lay-in is missed. Got a foul call here. It's on Beasley on the rebound. His second, team foul number 3 for Carroll. Grizzlies will get the ball out of bounds underneath the basket. And Mikey Brand comes out of the game. For some reason, that doesn't bother me a bit. Here's Thompson to Glover, across the way, Harris with it. Tried to feed it in underneath, ball was intercepted. Newell gets it, sends it up to Hauserman. Hauserman has Glover draped all over him, beautiful defense. Gets rid of it to Beasley on the far side. Newell can't get the ball, and it's knocked out of play, and it's going to stay with Carroll. Benning will come back in, and he will replace who's he replacing? Who's coming out? Looks like Williams will come out. Tayshaun will come out with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Newell. Ball misses, rebounded by Glover. Here come the Grizzlies back. To Henderson on the near side. Glover, Benning, Sincere Thompson, and Harris are also on the floor. 36 seconds to go in the third. They're going to play for one, it looks like. Benning will send it over to Glover. 22 to go now. Grizzlies have led by 8. They lead by 3 at the moment. Thompson, across the way. Harris for 3. Off the heel, no good. 5 seconds to go. Intercepted by Glover. Javon Glover puts it up and short, and that'll do it. Grizzlies got outscored a bunch in that quarter, but they still lead at the end of 3, 26-23. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Basketball. Bishop Carroll inbounds the ball to start the fourth quarter. Grizzlies lead by 3 as we start quarter number 4. There's a long 3 ball off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Mikey Brand. He puts it up twice and misses, puts it up a third time. Are they going to count it is the question. They're calling a jump ball, and on the alternating possession, it will go to the Northwest. Coach Dominic is complaining, and that's what all the booing is about. Complaining about the call of the jump ball, but it is a jump ball. It goes to Northwest. With the ball, David Hudspeth, and he's fouled by Zachary Stephen. I think that's his 4th. Oh, they called it instead on Braxton Martin, who's not even on my sheet. There's a miss and a rebound by Hudspeth. Back out to Glover. Javon dishes it off to Benning, to Hudspeth. Back out to Williams. And Grizzlies doing a good job at taking their time and looking for a good opening. Williams to Henderson, back to Williams. Grizzlies trying to pull Carroll out of whatever they're in. Looks like they're trying to get into a modified 2-3 zone. And they keep, now it's a 3-2 zone. I guess all on your point of view, I guess. Tayshaun Williams with the ball. Almost threw it away. Benning drives into the paint on the far side. Hudspeth for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Henderson. He can't get it to go either. And the miss is rebounded there by Beasley. Beasley to Mikey Brand. Brand will bring it across the timeline. 6:15 to go. There's a long 3 and count it. God, Mikey Brand is just dynamite. We're tied at 26. A timeout has been called, I think, by Northwest. Nope, called by Carroll. And I think it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. We'll tell you that if you're enjoying this, tune in on Tuesday night. We travel over to West High to take on the Pioneers in a Greater Wichita Athletic League doubleheader. We'll be on the air at 5:40 with the Marcus Myers pregame show. The girls will play first, followed by the boys. Stay with us. Join us on Tuesday night. Grizzlies will inbound coming out of the timeout here. It's Williams will bring it up. Also on the floor is Benning, Glover, Hudspeth, and Phillips. And that one knocked out a play by Hauserman, and a lucky break for Northwest. Game is tied. Grizzlies led by 8 at one point. They led by 6 at halftime. Carroll has come back to tie. And there's a loose ball. Glover picks it up. And a foul's going to be called on Hauserman, I believe. Who are they calling it on? It is not on Hauserman, it's on Mikey Brandt, his first. Hudspeth has it. High pressure being put on now by Carroll. Tayshawn Williams goes up, he's fouled, he's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Well, maybe not. Well, we thought he was going to the line. He was on his way up, but they're not giving him the free throws. They're going to make us inbound it. The foul again is on Mikey Brandt. Yeah. 2 fouls in 5 seconds. Williams puts it up, it's short. Now we have another whistle. This time Williams is going to go to the line to shoot free throws, and the foul's on Beasley. That's his third. And that's the 7th team foul on the Eagles, so the Grizzlies are in the bonus the rest of the game. Grizzlies only have 1 foul in this half. Williams' first one is good. And that's the first point of the quarter for Northwest. Braxton Martin returns to the game for the Eagles. And the second one is good as well. Williams has 11 in the game, and the Grizzlies have a 2-point lead. Zach Steven dishes it back out to Brand. Brand into the paint. It's intercepted by Hudspeth. David Hudspeth did a nice job to step in front of that one. He'll bring it down the floor himself. Now he gives it off to Benning. Benning on the far side. Now he gives it to Henderson. Henderson, motion offense by Northwest. And Hudspeth was in trouble off the glass. Count it! Yes! Come on! No basket. That'll be a charge on Hudspeth. That's too bad. Ball's inbounded by Carroll. Been a low-scoring game here in the fourth quarter. Both teams are still in the 20s. Underneath to Hauserman. Puts it up. Rolls off no good, and rolls right to Hainberg. That one goes out of play. Grizzly basketball. They will inbound it. It'll be Benning inbounding to Tayshawn Williams. Back to Benning. I suggest you get over the line. Thank you. You're getting me a little nervous there. No reason, but I'm still nervous. Benning gets it from Henderson. Puts it up. It's blocked. Clean block. Carroll comes away with it. Hauserman has it to Brand, and now Williams is going to be guilty of a blocking foul. That's his second, team's third foul. Again, the Grizzlies are already in the bonus. Inbounded. Hauserman has it, gives it to Brand. Something we need to mark Brand a little tighter here, boys. Stop him from taking those uncontested three-pointers. Was about to do it again. Now Brand in the paint, count it. Mikey Brand has 22 in the game. Well, did they not count that? Did they not count that basket? Did I miss that? Well, I'm going to take that one away from Mikey Brand and tell you he's got an even 20. Grizzlies with the ball and the lead. 3:30 to go. Tayshaun Williams with it, taking his time. Underneath to Henderson, I overled him and he goes out of bounds, carries the ball with him. It was a good catch, but he couldn't stop himself. He goes out of play, and it will turn over to Bishop Carroll. He fired a rocket. Benning fired a rocket in there, and Tayshaun Williams just told him that. Reese Peterson brings it up the floor for Carroll. Hauserman with Williams on him. Dishes it out. There's Brand with a long bomb, and it missed. And a rebound by L.J. Phillips. L.J. has the ball stolen and waiting for it down there is Hainberg. He can't get it, but the putback is good by Brand. And we're tied at 28 again. 2:25 to go. And Williams scores. Tayshaun Williams. And the Grizzlies lead. Brand again dishes it off. Hainberg for three off the heel. No good. Rebounded by L.J. Phillips. Benning. And now Williams will bring it across the timeline. They're going to take their time doing it. Foul's called on Hainberg. It'll send Tayshaun Williams to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Grizzlies still have 2 fouls to give. Williams trying to add to the lead, and he missed. Hauserman, it goes out of play, Grizzly ball. And now Bishop Carroll wants a full timeout. We're going to give it to him, or we're going to take it with him. 30-28, Grizzlies lead. We'll be back here watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly basketball. at Northwest. If you're just joining us, you're missing a barn burner. Go back and watch it on the podcast. 30-28 Grizzlies. They have the lead and the ball with 1:40 to go in the fourth. Williams has it. He'll pull it back out, I'm sure. Don't be surprised if they wait for Bishop Carroll to foul. Williams is tripped. Yep, blocking foul. That'll send Williams to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Tayshawn missed on the front end of one a moment ago. Has a chance now to redeem himself. Williams ball. Good! What a basket that is. Now let's make it a two-possession game, shall we? 31-28. Makes them both. Ice water for veins. Grizzlies have a 4-point lead with 80 seconds left. Peterson. They're going to look for Mikey Brand. Hainberg. That ought to be goaltending. No basket. Yes, goaltending. Turn it over to Northwest. .106 to go. Grizzlies have a 4-point lead and the ball. Do me a favor. Let me borrow that for just a second. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Henderson with it. Drives to the basket, goes up. He's fouled. He's going to go to the line, and he will shoot two. Grizzlies are now in the double bonus. Yeah, we're watching a game over here. Double bonus for us. Henderson with a chance to really pad the lead here. He'll shoot two. Sorry, we missed that last play on camera. Oh, it missed. We'll get another one. Tran and Peterson come back in for Carroll. 55 seconds left in the game, or in fourth quarter, I should say. Come on, Jerome, you can make this. Yes. Henderson makes 1 out of 2, and that's his first point of the night. Grizzlies by 5. And Williams committed a silly foul because that stops the clock, and that's the one thing you don't want to do. It's not a shooting foul because we have fouls to give, but we didn't want to give them. Grizzlies are going to take a timeout here. I'll bet you it's a full one. Full timeout. Let's take it with them. We'll be back. This is Grizzly basketball. Back at Northwest, 46 seconds to go. Grizzlies lead by 5. Carroll has the ball and inbounds it. Hauserman has it for the Eagles. Trying to keep it out of the hands of Mikey Brand, I'm sure. He's got it now, though. And he throws it away. Grizzly basketball. 31 to go. Carroll subs in Zach Stephen and Beasley. There's Tayshawn Williams with the ball. And he's fouled by Hainberg. And Williams will go to the line to shoot a pair in the double bonus. Boy, these are the free throws you got to make, folks. This would make it a 3-possession game if he makes them both. First one is good. Tayshawn Williams has been pretty good. He's made 4 out of 5 free throws in this quarter. One more. It's a 6-point lead now. Yes, a 3-possession game with 25 to go. Now you let him play. And Mikey Brand, what did he do? Did he throw it away? That's part of the court we can't see because the student section is standing over here. Looks like it's going to stay with Bishop Carroll. 19 to go. Hauserman has it. Stepped on the sideline, Grizzly basketball. Wow. What a play. Great defense by Hudspeth. And Benning is fouled instantly by Hainberg. It's the only thing they can do. 15 seconds to go in the game. The Grizzlies already lead by 7. And the student section for Northwest is chanting it, that they believe we will win. Here is Benning, first one. Good. And believe it or not, that's Benning's first point of the game. What a place for it. Holy cow. Benning makes them both. 9-point lead, 13 seconds to go. Hainberg, a long one, and it's good. And that, for Hainberg, is his first points of the game. Grizzlies still lead by 6 with 9 seconds to go. Timeouts being taken by Carroll. We're going to keep it right here. The crowd is on this side is pretty quiet. I think they realize they have a pretty uphill battle to climb, down 6 points with 9 seconds to go. Be nice if the Grizzlies could score 1 point somewhere. When you know they're going to get fouled, let them foul Williams or Benning or somebody who's a good free throw shooter on the team. And then they got to make one. It's going to be a 2-shot deal anyway. Grizzlies still have a foul to give. So they're in tall cotton right here. Here's the inbound pass. It goes to Benning, and Benning is instantly fouled. 8 seconds remaining in the game now, and Benning will go to the line and shoot 2. He only needs to make 1. (37-31) Grizzlies. They took this game over in the second quarter. Get in there. Get in there. Didn't go. Forgive me for cheering the ball on. Tran and Peterson come back in. for rebounding purposes. That is the biggest point of the night. Eli Benning's free throw will give us a 7-point lead with 5 seconds to go. Mikey Brand, you can score this one, buddy. He missed it, and that's it. Grizzlies win. Wow. Grizzlies win 38-31. I need to take a timeout so I can tally all this. We'll do that, and then I'll give you the summaries, and we'll go home. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Our production team of Eli Taylor and Ace Moore. Kevin Arkin with you from Northwest High, where tonight the Grizzly boys, who trailed at the end of one quarter, come roaring back in the second to take over the game and win tonight 38-31 in what is quite honestly a very low-scoring affair here at Northwest. They win over the Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll. Bishop Carroll falls to 3-3 on the season, and the Grizzlies climb to 5-2 on the campaign. Here's the scoring summary. And first of all, for the visiting Golden Eagles of Bishop Carroll, Reese Peterson had 2 points in the first quarter. Hauserman had 4 points on the night. Mikey Brand, he was the scoring machine for Bishop Carroll. He had 20 of their 31 points. And Van Hainberg had 4 for Bishop Carroll. For Northwest, Jerome Henderson had 1, but it was a big one in the fourth quarter. It was a free throw when we really needed it. He came through with that one. Tayshawn Williams led the Grizzlies in scoring tonight with 17 points. Eli Benning with 3, all free throws in the fourth quarter down the stretch to help ice the game. David Hudspeth had a basket. Sincere Thompson with 4 points in the first half. Javon Glover had 6 points total. And Leon Harris with 5 points in the game for Northwest. Again, your final score, Northwest 38 and Bishop Carroll 31. So you already know, I'm going to repeat it one more time, that the Grizzlies will travel on Tuesday to West High to take on the Pioneers in a City League doubleheader. We will be there beginning at 5:40 with the Marcus Myers pregame show before the girls' game, and then we'll have both the girls and the boys back-to-back in our doubleheader webcast. Woo, I'm worn out. What an exciting contest. If you join this contest late, go back and watch the whole thing on the podcast. It'll be worth it. I want to thank all of you who did join, whether you were from the Bishop Carroll community or the Northwest community. Glad to have you on board on NWHS Grizz tonight, and we look forward to seeing all of you Tuesday night at 5:40. For Eli and Ace, I'm Kevin Arkin saying once again, Grizzlies win 38-31. We'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.